So you've had a great campaign idea. You've done your research. You've got a clear direction on what you want to do. What's next? Now it's time to turn that direction into connection by building it out in a way that feels tailored to your audience. This is what the Tailor Stage of HubSpot's Loop Marketing Playbook helps you do. It's where your campaign starts to get personal. In this video, I'll walk you through 5 simple steps plus the AI prompts and free tools that go with them to help you craft a customer journey that makes your audience think, how did they know that? We're gonna build the foundation of your full campaign journey, but spoiler alert, the main personal touch point you'll create here is email. And what makes or breaks an email? The subject line. So I've linked HubSpot's free Masters in Marketing email subject line cookbook in the description of this video. It's packed with formulas and inspiration to help you write subject lines that actually get opened. All right, let's dive in. If you've been following along on the channel, you might have seen the video where I showed how my brand, Threaded North, launched the Trailmates 4Z, matching onesies for humans and their dogs. Brilliant, right? That campaign started as a total joke and ended up hitting over 50,000 organic views and 422 pre-order signups in just 1 week. I'll link that video in the description so you can see how it all came together. This video is the second video of our Loop marketing series where I'm breaking down exactly how I built that campaign using HubSpot's Loop Marketing Playbook. In the first video of this series, we covered the Express stage, where I used AI to clarify our audience and define our campaign tone, story, and look. That stage was all about moving fast, taking a big idea and turning it into clear direction. That video is also linked in the description if you want to take a look. Now we're moving on to the second stage of the loop, the Tailor Stage. This is the part where we take that direction and make the campaign feel personal. Let's break down how I did it for our Trailmates 4Z campaign. Before I created anything, I needed to map out how somebody will actually move through this campaign. From the moment they saw the content, to how they signed up for the pre-launch list, to what happened after they signed up. In the Express stage, we uncovered one main persona, the playful pet parent. They see their dogs as adventure buddies, love content that makes them smile, and buy for the story, not just the function. So we mapped out the Trailmates 4Z journey entirely around them for now, keeping it simple until we have real data from the launch to create more customer segments later. This is HubSpot's Loop Marketing Prompt Library, the tool I've been using to help get through each stage of the loop faster. For this step, I used the persona-based journey customizer prompt. I filled it out with what we knew about our ideal customer and our business. The output showed exactly what their path would look like, discovering the 4Z through funny dog point of view reels and TikToks. Probably go look for some social proof on places like Reddit. They would move on to a landing page and want to know about warmth, fit, and frequently asked questions. They could be easily persuaded to sign up for the pre-launch list with a low-friction sign-up form, and they would enjoy a follow-up email that makes them laugh. It basically gave us a blueprint for how the entire campaign should feel and work. And once I had that, it was time to build it. Now, most people start by building the social content first, but here is a trick to simplify the process. When you know where the end of your lead capture journey is, so that first real message your audience will see in their inbox, it becomes way easier to work backwards and design everything else around it. Let me show you. So starting with the email that is sent automatically after someone signs up for the pre-launch list, I used the email personalization prompt and filled it with details about our audience, journey stage, and previous email analytics. With one creative twist, the confirmation email had to come from Mo, our spokes dog and resident 4Z model, because that's way more fun than it coming from me. The output broke everything down and even gave us the full Mo written email, which I then edited to sound more natural. That step is super important. I built the final version in HubSpot's email editor, using the style guide that we created in the Express stage, and implementing best practices like short paragraphs, clear hierarchy, and plenty of white space so that it's easy to read on mobile. By the way, these images were actually inserted later in the process after we captured the content, which we will get to in step 4. Now, even the best email won't work if nobody opens it, right? That is why your subject line is everything. For this initial launch, I went with this one. It's short, playful, and curiosity-driven. 3 key principles from HubSpot's Masters in Marketing Email Subject Line Cookbook. This guide breaks down what makes a subject line irresistible, from emotional triggers and timing to personalization formulas that you can plug right into your campaigns. It's linked below and it'll help you a lot with this step. With the welcome email ready to go, the next step was to make sure that people actually had somewhere to sign up. It was time to build the hub, so the landing page where all of our promotional content would lead to. I started in HubSpot's landing page builder using a pre-designed template and customized it with our brand style guide. Then, using the persona-based journey customizer prompt output from earlier as a checklist, I built the structure around what our audience would care about the most. We've got a launch countdown, a section highlighting our main selling points, a fit guide for quick reassurance on sizing, a frequently asked questions section to address practical questions, and then close to the top, I included the sign-up form. To create this, I selected Create Form. I used the basic template in the form builder, and I just added in an extra spot for the dog's name, personalized the wording, and the thank you message. Then, I attached the form to the landing page and added the email that we created earlier to send as a follow-up. I also checked the mobile view of the landing page because that is how most people would see it, and I adjusted some sections. The last part I did here was connect this form to its own contact segment in HubSpot so that whoever fills it out gets added to a specific list in the back end. That way, later, we can create and tailor content for these contacts specifically based on their behavior. I did this in CRM, Segments, created a new segment. Under Filter, I selected Events, Form Submissions, and selected the form that we just created. So now everything is connected. Someone comes to the landing page, they sign up for the pre-launch, they get a follow-up email, and their contact is added to the pre-launch list. Now I just had to capture the content that would bring the journey to life. Your landing page and email are only as good as the number of people who actually see them. So from our persona research, we knew that our audience connects most with humor and authenticity, especially when the dog feels like the main character. So instead of just posting another cute clip of Mo, and trust me, there are a lot, I wanted to create something that felt like a conversation. Content that would make people stop, smile, and think, LOL.
Not gonna lie, this thing's got range.
I studied a few viral pet point of view videos to understand the emotional cues that made them work. So like the pacing, the filming style, the way the scripts were written. Then, I rewrote our campaign story that we made in the Express stage through Mo's eyes to capture that same energy and add a bit of humor.
So we got ready and walked outside, and I was like, who turned off the worm?
Filming day was Pup Influencer Boot Camp. Mo crushed it, obviously. He's used to this kind of thing. His mom dresses him up all the time. After filming, I used CapCut to edit the footage together, add text overlays, record that voiceover with an AI voice effect.
Anyway, we got home and my auntie came over, and usually when she comes over, she brings treats, but today she brought this thing. And I was like, no way, auntie, you are not putting that on me. Absolutely no way. No. I didn't put up a very big fight though.
And tied it all together with the same cozy brand style that we've used everywhere else. I also updated the landing page and the email with matching images for consistency. The final video was perfect for teasing the launch and driving viewers straight to our landing page, connecting every part of the customer journey we built so far. And it turned out so well. If you want to watch the full launch video, check out our How to Create a Campaign video linked in the description. Now that everything was ready, it was time for the final step, testing the system. Before launching anything, you gotta make sure it actually works. So I ran through the whole flow myself. I watched the video, went to the landing page, tested every single link. I filled out the form and made sure the confirmation email landed in my inbox, checked that all the buttons worked there, and confirmed that my contact showed up in the right segmented list inside HubSpot. Then I opened it up all again on my desktop to double check the layout and make sure that everything looked perfect on both devices. Once it was confirmed that everything looked good and worked, and the campaign was officially ready to go out into the world. But that's where the next stage of the loop comes in, Amplify, where we take everything that we've built so far and launch it across platforms where our audience hangs out. And that will be covered in the next video of our Loop marketing series, so definitely make sure to come back for that because it's really where everything starts to take off. If this video helped you out, hit that like button and subscribe to HubSpot Marketing for more weekly videos to help you stay ahead in the marketing world. And if you want a little help crafting the perfect subject line, Don't forget to grab HubSpot's Masters in Marketing email subject line cookbook. It's free and it's linked below. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. My name is Bridget O'Rourke. Feel free to connect with me online, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.